Dude, another banger for the books.
Another banger in the
Another
books.
banger in the books.
Officially.
This next one that we got coming for you guys, I'm not going to say too much about it because I like to let my actions speak for themselves. But it came out well. We got a couple of dope sets. We filmed at like an 1830s mansion and some lady's crazy loft.
Yeah, that thing was sick.
Yeah, dude. It had like so many different things in the sky and like
plants everywhere, greenery.
Wild.
A white room, which was sick.
Yeah, we've got... This one's really color coordinated, the video. Trying to step it up on like the quality and everything. And dude, even the way you delivered it on camera, dude, like everything just came together really well.
It was a fun time. And shout out Isaac for styling me with the cool ass clothes, dude. That shit was fly. He had the outfit ready.
Yes, sir. I've been doing that shit since the jump, you know?
Yes, sir.
That's what kind of got me into this in the first place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you told me about that,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. Fashion really, like, inspired me to do my videography career.
That's so crazy.
It's wild how it kind of pieced together like that. Like, it trickled from, like, taking pictures with the homies to, like, working for a homie's clothing brand to, like, doing YouTube videos. And the YouTube videos were about clothes, and then it was a little bit about music.
And then it goes on and goes...
and then it went to straight YouTube, and then Dream District, and the rest is history. Now we've got...
That's crazy, because like...
I think this is like the 8th video. I'm not too sure.
I think it's 9th.
9? Lucky 9, you know?
Yes.
We're coming with a slammer on that one. But, dude, out the gate, I gotta say, like, your presence on camera, even from the last one, like, has gotten a lot better.
Hell yeah. That's something, like, I tried to work on, because, like, when I did my first couple of videos, I had thought my performances were kind of awkward, and I didn't feel comfortable, like, in front... I've always been comfortable in front of a camera, but for the video, it was different. So, after watching my older videos, doing one with you, and then doing that one, I feel like I've definitely been on an incline when it comes to, like, camera presence and being comfortable and confident when the camera's on me and the song's playing, which super cool.
Yeah, for sure, because a lot of artists, like, if you can't show up and, like, express how you feel about the song, it almost comes across, like, not as phony or, like, disingenuous.
Lame. It's just lame.
I wouldn't even say lame.
Well,
it's just, it's kind of confusing, you know?
It's weird, because, like, you hear the song that you might like so much, but if your artist that you love isn't present and, like, really, like, being himself and confident, that might make you feel weird about watching the video. You're like, oh, I feel this way, but he doesn't even look like he cares. And that's why I feel like sometimes it can be lame, but sometimes people want to do that too. So it's like...
Yeah, the thing is, too, a lot of it with videos, too, is, like, you gotta have someone that knows how to film well, you know? Because you can have someone going hard, but if there's, like, no motion in your shot, or, like, nothing's moving around, or, like, you know, like, I've seen so many videos where, like, shots are just kind of still, and there's, like, not too much going on, and it's, like, randomly pieced together.
You could have the best... You can think of the best angles and, like, all the best spots you're going to film from, but if you can't move fluently and kind of work, like, right on the spot on your feet and kind of, like, do some good movement...
Exactly.
Also, like, having great movement and staying still at the same time is important, because if you have to bounce back from a transition and keep it still, like, that's also very impressive. You need all these skills to really make a good video. Yeah. Which is, like, I think I see that a lot in your work. Like, the transitions are great, and, like, just the way you move the camera and the ideas you have work very well, like, in video, which is cool.
Yeah, it's all about, like, the preparation, you know?
Hell yeah. I mean, like, if you come in prepared, like, you're going to make something good. And, like, our videos sometimes are last minute, but you still put your max effort into it, which is all that matters. It doesn't matter when you do it. It matters how much you try, like, when you're in the moment, like, working on it and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is it, like, the same way, like, going into a song? You feel like...
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, for me, preparation can almost make me more nervous for a song. If I'm in my head about it, like, how am I going to sound, or, you know what I mean, like, how my vocal's going to fit in the beat, it makes me nervous. It makes me kind of edgy. If I just hop right in and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to kind of be myself on this, make the song, finish it, on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to, like, do that as much as I can so I can go back on it with a new mind and be like, all right, I like what I did here, or I didn't like this, or this song is great, I'm going to drop it. Going in unprepared and just being myself and then looking at it after is, like, a really good strategy I use to pick and choose what I want to release, stuff like that.
That's good, man. It's, like, it's that balance, you know?
Yeah,
because, like, so have you ever, like, gone in with that mindset of, like, oh, like, I'm gonna do this and I want it this way, and like it ends up coming out like that?
See, that's why everyone's creative process is different, because, like, It has happened to me, and I can see why it works for other people. Because sometimes when you do come in like hyping yourself up, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then you do it, that just boosts your confidence, and that is overall good for the song. Because if you're confident and really like love a release, I think it even performs better.
Yeah.
If you don't care about what you're dropping because you didn't prepare for it, it was just like off the top, you might not put in the effort as somebody who prepared and they got their vocals right before they came to the studio. Like, that song will probably do better just from the effort that person put in.
Yeah, it's that extra mile.
Exactly.
It's even that, it's that way with videos too. Like, when you take that extra leap to really make sure that like everything's present, and not so much present, but kind of like, I want to say perfect, but nothing's ever perfect.
Exactly. I was about to say, like, because I saw where you were going with that. When you want to make everything perfect, that's a double-edged sword. Because you're going to make a hell of a video. But there's moments when you get lost in, like, your creative process, and you're like, oh, this needs to be perfect. This needs to be that. The answer could be right here, but you're so focused on this, you might not see the right answer at the time. So it's like, you got to really balance out wanting it perfect, but realizing that it's the best you can do every single time. So.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, that's something I struggled with earlier, like, in my career with the videos, was just kind of filming something, and I always had like this vision of where I wanted to be making like high quality videos, but
for sure.
Every time I would shoot one, I wouldn't get what I wanted, and it was just about, it's about that consistency and experience though.
Yeah, I think like you bring up a good point though, because being a perfectionist is actually more useful when you just start off, because you get to realize like, I need this to be just how I want it.
Exactly.
And it's not how I want it. So you keep doing it and keep getting better. Now, once you really like get better and get your skills sharpened, the tools sharpened, whatever, once you're there, kind of let off the perfectionist and just kind of like, you know that like you've worked so hard, you can start to be more free and be more creative. But early on, you got to be perfectionist, because you got to improve somehow, and you got to realize this isn't what I want. Got to make it what I want, and that like really works well when you're starting off. For
sure. When was like, so when you started music, you were a super perfectionist with it?
Yeah, and it's like, my first songs weren't even like that amazing. But because I wanted them a certain way, it made me work hard. And like, when you look back on your old stuff and see progression, I feel like that doesn't have to be, but for me, it's one of my biggest motivators. Going back to my old music and being like, okay, I tried this, didn't work. Seeing my new music being like, oh, I tried this and this worked. It's like, damn, I wanted to be good at that this many months ago, and now I'm here, I'm better at it. That makes me want to like keep working, because I've seen myself grow and see myself get better. I know there's only more potential and more milestones to hit along the way. So it's, yeah, for sure. I definitely was kind of a perfectionist. Even if it wasn't great, I still had that in me, and that made me better.
So was the perfectionist kind of like for me, what I've always craved in my creative ability was to have the skill set of being completely versatile to do like anything that I ever wanted.
Dude,
so
I
like
relate to that so
when
much.
you started and currently, are you always trying to push the boundaries into like new sounds, or do you like find one thing that you're really good at it and fixate on it and really try to get that out there and establish it?
It's
like
50-50 for me, because I always want something different in a way. So I always that's always in me. I want something different. I want something new. But when I first started, I remember I wanted to make like lyrical rap, and that's the only tool I sharpened.
Yeah.
And I realized like, damn, all my other tools are dull. So then I wanted to do melodies, and I got better at that. And I was like, I can't sing, and like I tried to get better at that, and I tried to do this and that. And now I'm like, I kind of found my sound, but it's still like, I want to break the boundary. Whether it's my sound or not, I want something different. Like, if I listen to a beat and the melody sounds familiar to something I heard 2 days ago, I need something different. I need something new. That really keeps me going, because finding new sounds is like one of the funnest things about music. When you make something and you can say, I haven't seen that, or I haven't heard that before. It's like, that's where like the real power and creative pursuits come in. But you can make a video that you've seen 1,000 times, but when it's something new and unique and you like push the boundaries a little bit, that's really impressive, and that makes me keep going in a way.
Yeah, because it's not there, and it's like, I've heard Russ say before, it's like seeing the invisible, just having the ability to do that. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying go crazy over something, but like, you have to be a little crazy to believe in a dream, whether like whatever it is. Other people are going to tell you, well, that's not realistic. Maybe you should do this. But they just don't see it. And if you see it, just go for it. Because like, you'll probably make it happen. If you really work your hardest and like you see the vision and you just do everything you have to, don't care what people can't see. Just go for what you can see and make it happen. Like,
yeah,
you have to be kind of crazy to really see that vision and work for it.
Yeah, and knowing it, that's a big thing too.
Believing in yourself. Because like, when I didn't believe in myself, my results were not what I wanted. But once I believed in myself and I was like, I had a song and I was like, yo, I really think this song can be my best song so far. And I drop it and it's my best song so far. I'm like, wow, I was confident in myself and it worked in my, you know what I mean? Don't get too full of yourself and don't think like you're the best on the planet. Maybe you can think that sometimes if you're hyped up, but just be confident and just keep working. And that's how you really like move forward, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Like the confidence is what makes the work get better exponentially, because like if you're not confident in what you're doing, then you like don't ever push those boundaries, and then you box yourself in. Yeah,
if you're not confident in yourself, how can you like show yourself to the world if you're not confident in yourself? It makes it a lot more difficult, because especially like in today's age, as like a video guy or a music guy, we have to be on social media and we have to be doing these things. If you're not confident in your own skin, it makes it 10 times harder. And like once you become confident with yourself and you can start putting yourself out there, that makes you even more hyped. And now people get to really see who you are and become fans and interact. And, like, it's really cool to kind of look on and, like, work on that.
Yeah, for sure. As long as, like, I feel like it's hard sometimes, though. Because, like, you think that any artist get caught up, like, doing a facade in a way? And, like, lose yourself in the antics?
Yeah. I mean, that's something that you don't want to happen. But, like, if you're in those shoes, you don't see it happening. It's usually someone else that points it out, because when you're getting lost, you almost don't realize it right away. Mm-hmm. Especially with social media, like, when people tell you, like, you have to be grinding out TikTok and you have to be grinding out Instagram, you got to post content. It almost makes your brain like, I need to make content out of everything in my life, and you get lost in it. And it's like,
yeah,
you started doing this to help you and your career. Don't get lost in all the comments and the likes and stuff, because like, yeah, it's cool, but you get lost in that stuff, you will turn into a like machine. All you want is likes and forget about what you really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it does happen to people. I've seen it happen before, and like, it's good that I lost my train of thought. But I've seen it happen before, and it's like, you just don't want that to happen.
For sure, yeah. You know, that's a life that like binds you to a really low vibration in life.
Oh my god, dude, yeah, like,
because it's not even real. It's literally like 20. Like, I never forget, bro. This is on some sideways tangent, but I used to date this girl, dude.
Yeah.
And all the fucking time, bro, she'd be blowing up my phone with the texts, with the FaceTime calls, and I'm just like, bro, like, what would you have done 10 years ago? Like, get off my dick. Because, like, I'm trying to hustle, like, to benefit everybody.
That makes such a huge point, though, because that's what getting lost in it, right? You have this phone in your hand. You have, literally, it's basically the world in your hand, and you're like, I'm going to text this person until he answers me. Text, FaceTime, bro. Go make some money. I don't care if you drop ship on Amazon. Go make some money, or go try to like make your life better. Like, don't use that phone to, like, exactly like 30 years ago. Like, what are you gonna do if you can't get me to? I'm working. Like, I'm not gonna answer right away. Like, so that's the whole thing with the phones, bro. You cannot get lost in your phone, because you'll never get anything done. When really,
and you'll never get out either.
You'll never break out of it, because you just think that's all it is. Oh, this is beautiful. I can text my friends and I can hop on FaceTime. This is great. Man, you can make some money on that thing. Like, it's like, that's the world in your hand.
You can start a career, like...
You can start a career. You can make money. You can just... There's so many advantages to phones. But then you ask, like, oh, like, that's what getting lost is. That's, like, the anxiety, the depression, the people that are on Instagram, like, why don't I get enough likes? That's the good and bad when it comes to technology.
But it's all about... I agree.
Mm-hmm. It's a good and bad.
Yeah. It's a lot about mindset, too, though.
Exactly.
Because, like, if you're sitting there and you're like, I'm not getting a lot of likes, like, what's wrong with me? Like, sit back and really think, why does that matter?
Dude, and it's crazy. I think as a creative, we're more, like, what's the word? We're more vulnerable to having that feeling, because I've had it before. Especially, like, when with Instagram now, you see, like, a 17-year-old kid as a rapper. I see a 17-year-old kid, he hit Billboard. Oh, shit, he got, like, 100,000 likes. And now me, I'm like, oh, man, I've been working so hard. And I've had that thought, like, what's wrong with me? But then I step back and be like, nothing's wrong with me. I'm just not there yet. It's not my time.
It's a different path, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's like, and some people really do feel like, what's wrong with me? And I do think that's the real bad of social media. But, you know what I mean? If you just, like, I think you have to take some time to work on your mindset to get out of that. But if you really do put in the work and get out of that, like, low vibration, bad mindset, not enough likes, and just move on and kind of, like, use it what it's intended to be used for, make connections, grow a fan base, whatever, it's really beneficial, for sure.
Yeah. That's for real.
Hey, that's a gem right there.
That is
Dream
a gem.
District not only brings good videos, but absolute gems. The best gems.
Dropping
ever.
some wisdom gems on y'all.
Gems out 2021 and 2022.
The thing that I really respect about your career, though, like, through the social media, is you take, like, this piece of your personality
Mm-hmm.
that isn't extra, but, like, you can tell the difference when, like, the camera's on someone and when it's off.
Sure, for sure.
But it's not too over the top, and it's very marketable.
Thank you.
And it's really...
I
like,
appreciate that, like, so much. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have that before. Like, I think anyone that might want to be like, oh, I want to start growing my Instagram for my artistry or growing my TikTok. If I had to give any, like, wisdom or gems to those people, it's like, you'll learn over time what works and what doesn't. Just kind of, like, give people pieces of you, as hard as that may be. Because, like, as a musician or even, like, a guy on TikTok or Instagram, sometimes a piece of content's close to me. Do I want the whole world to see this right away? But if you think it can make an impact and, like, just keep posting stuff. When you get, let's say you only get 50 likes on this post, you get 100 on this post, do more of that. And over time, I learned that how to, like, you know what I mean, like, just be a good content creator and put my personality out for people to relate to and stuff like that. It works, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let people see who you are. Let people, like, vibe out with you. Like, if they really like you as a person, they don't care about your music or your videos. They'll just rock with you because, like, you're just genuine.
Yeah, and they'll support you.
They're like, damn, like, this guy's doing his thing. I might not like it to the fullest, but I respect it. I'm going to follow him. I'm going to drop a comment on his thing. Like, that's what being yourself does. You don't have to be the best of the best if you're yourself. It's different, and different always works. Not right away, but it will work eventually.
Yeah, and you have your own fans that, like, and they're there for a reason.
I want to say something real quick. I hate social media, but if you follow me on any of them, I love you. I don't like Instagram, I like you guys. Just want, that's facts. Instagram, toxic. Fans, make it so much better. Like, I never had people that really rock with my music. And to even have a small little fan base like I do now, it's like, wow, man, like, I see you commented on my post, like, that, it's like the coolest thing ever. And it's like having people that really rock with you, no matter if it's big or small, and just kind of like, that interaction is my favorite part about music. Because that's what I always wanted. I wanted someone to, like, relate to me and my, like, my personality and my music, and, like, seeing even a couple people like that, dude, it's like so sick.
So do you think when you grow and continue to gain more of a fan base and things start to accelerate and life gets faster, do you think that, like, you'll have a different viewership of fans? Like, so say you're out, right? Because I've heard a lot of celebrities talk about this. And you're, like, out with the fam, just, like, chilling, or you're, like, out with your girl, like, on an anniversary dinner. And you've got, like, 50 people coming up to you, like, phones in the face, like, the whole 9 yards.
So, I feel like I would have my boundaries. And the artists I looked up to as a kid had their boundaries. And, like, I think I respect that a lot. And I don't mind if I'm out and, like, you know, let's say I do get to that point and these fans, like, want to, like, see me in person. Like, I'm honestly like, wow, that's, like, kind of heartwarming, but you got to have boundaries. If I was out to dinner and 50 people come up to me, I'd be like, hey, man, I'm eating dinner here with, like, these people. And I remember, like, me listening to Eminem as a kid. I'd hear him talk about that. Like, oh, I'm trying to have lunch with my daughter, and, like, these people are taking pictures.
Yeah.
I was like, that man is setting boundaries. Now I'm older, I realize that. I'm like, if I was in that position, I would have boundaries too. I feel like no matter how big you are on a social platform or how big you are in a creative pursuit, you're still a person, and everybody should have their boundaries. Everyone should set boundaries, and, you know, it's like your moral code, live by that. Don't pass me here. This is where I stand. Don't go over my boundary. But hasn't happened yet. If it does, that'd be insane.
Well, with those boundaries set, I think that's a good point to wrap this up.
Hell yeah.
If you watch this all the way to the end, then you fuck with me, because you're supporting my watch time, which helps me grow. So I fuck with you.
Hey, and that's awesome. So if you did this on this video, do it again. Go watch another video. Let's go.
Yeah. Bang them out. Watch however many you want. And I'll see you next time. Peace out, dog.